to the good sponsor and the Civil Service Commission. I just want to take off from my first line of questioning during the committee briefing for the budget of the Civil Service Commission. We are aware nga po of the draft implementing rules and regulations, or rather finalized implementing rules and regulations, pero yet to be posted on the implementation of the amendments to RA 11768 no ng SK reform law na nagbibigay ng appropriate civil service eligibility to SK officials. So can we ask for an update on this? Mr. Speaker, good sponsor, na-release na po ba to sa website? Naibigay na po ba to sa mga SK officials? Pwede na po ba ito ma-implementa sa pinakakagyat? Ano pong timeline nito? If it's possible to share on the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker and our dear colleague. Yes, as of September 19th of this year, it has been published the grant of Sangguniang Kabataan Official Eligibility, SKOE, under Republic Act number 11768. They have released a resolution regarding rules governing the grant of eligibility to Sangguniang Kabataan officials. Speaker. And it was it's now effective this coming 4th of October.
Maraming salamat po sa update na yun, Mr. Speaker, good sponsor. Ito po ang matagal nang hinihintay ng ating mga sangguniang kabataan, no, ang kanilang mga taon sa pampublikong serbisyo, kung saan sila ay naglingkod sa kanilang mga komunidad. Kaya po nila itong i-translate, no, sa paglilingkod sa mas mataas na platforms, such as, no, sa iba't ibang mga ahensya ng gobyerno. May we ask po ba, meron na po bang naging efforts na ipalaganap ito sa ating mga SKs, yung NYC, para po kagyat na pong malalaman ng ating mga constituencies na pwede na po nilang mag-avail, no, sa civil service eligibility.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, dear colleague. The Commission has already disseminated this information to every regional office nationwide, and it is now their mandate to disseminate it to their client agencies, Mr. Speaker. Again, we are with you in this matter, and rest assured that the Commission complements the reforms that you are pursuing.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, good sponsor. Dito po sa naging tarampatang aksyon, rest assured that this representation ay kaisa po dito sa paano po mai-involve ang sangguniang kabataan sa pag-implementa ng implementing rules and regulations na to, sa pag-aaral po ng paano po ito na e-execute, at kung maaari po ay gusto rin po naming makapag-set ng dialogo sa Civil Service Commission with SK leaders para po sa kagyat ay mapag-usapan natin kung paano pa po ma-encourage yung mga ating SKs na maging na ma-avail po tong eligibility. Is that possible po, Mr. Speaker, good sponsor?
To quote the Commission, anytime po, sabi po nila. And your insights, dear colleague, will be well taken and will help the Commission in implementing this guideline.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, good sponsor. My next question naman din po is in relation po doon sa another line of questioning that I took up in committee as well, yung employment of K-12 graduates in civil service, no? This representation is heartened to receive the data on, or rather the draft po ng IRR doon sa Sangguniang Kabataan Civil Service Eligibility. But I think to note, this representation has not received the appropriate data that we've requested on the employment of K-12 graduates in civil service. No? Ito po ay ninonote namin dahil mula nang nilabas po ang revised education requirements for first-level positions in government para maging legal ang pagpasok ng K-12 graduates, no, diretso sa trabaho sa gobyerno. Nagtanong po tayo kung may data na available, kung ilan na ang K-12 graduates sa buong workforce ng civil servants. Is this data available now, Mr. Speaker, good sponsor?
Mr. Speaker, dear colleague, I'm disheartened to inform that the data yet is not available, and we would need to get this from our regional affiliates. But rest assured that we will provide the data once available. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, good sponsor. Gusto nating makuha yung data na po ito sa pinakakagyat dahil po concerning po ito na trend, no? Ang nare-report po ng ating mga K-12 graduates ay hirap po silang makapasok through the civil service eligibility processes na dapat ay na isabatas na, no? Actually, ang tanong po natin again, no, bakit ngayon pa lang po napapatupad ito, ang patakarang ganito, whereas 13 years na po pending yung implementation ng paano po ma-accommodate yung K-12 graduates into the civil service. Mr. Speaker, good sponsor.
Again, thank you, Mr. Speaker, dear colleague, for raising this very important concern. Bago pa lang po kasi yung polisiya ukol dito at since you have highlighted this concern, the commission will work on this once the data has been collated and available. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, dear colleague.
At meron po bang mga balakid, Mr. Speaker, good sponsor, sa pag-implementa ng patakaran na ito? Meron po ba tayo, ang na-share po, naalala ko sa ating committee briefing, lack of experience ng K-12 graduates, no? Although, no, inaasahan natin na ang mga kabataan, mabilis po yung mag-pick up ng experience, no? Basta't bigyan lang po sila ng opportunity. Pero, good sponsor, Mr. Speaker, ano po ba ang mga balakid na nakikita natin sa pag-implementa ng batas sa to the most comprehensive available level available po or sa pinaka nakakaya?
Mr. Speaker, dear colleague, ang obstacle o balakid po dito ay dahil kahit po meron na po silang 2 years na education or experience, meron pa rin pong ibang requirement or qualification standard na kakailanganin para dito.
Mr. Speaker, good sponsor, pwede po bang ma-share ano po ba yung hinahanap na standards na hindi pa po nami-meet ng K-12 graduates?
Mr. Speaker, dear colleague, una po ay ang training, pangalawa po ay experience, at pangatlo po ay ang eligibility.
But Mr. Speaker, good sponsor, K-12 graduates usually already have work immersion or OJT hours habang nasa senior high po sila. Lalo na ito po ang tulak ng mga tech box skills. So all in all, Mr. Speaker, good sponsor, are we saying that even the government doesn't think K-12 graduates are fit for career jobs or even more decent jobs in government? Dahil with the current amendment po, Mr. Speaker, good sponsor, it appears that K-12 graduates are only accepted in or maybe confined to minimum wage government jobs, no, or even salary grade level 1, etc. Ito po ay malayo sa pangako ng gobyerno ni Marcos Jr., President Marcos Jr., na di na kailangang magkolehiyo para buhayin ang pamilya. May the good sponsor comment on that, Mr. Speaker?
Dear colleague, Mr. Speaker, these graduates are still able to apply as long as they're eligible for entry-level positions. And but we would assert the commission to study the possibility of improving this situation. And what came to my head are also the suggestion of having GIPs or like government interns, because we have a program like Indole, to prefer this if they actually earn the experience na maging parte po ng coverage ng CSC preference rating. So maybe we can start with that, Mr. Speaker, dear colleague.
Mr. Speaker, good sponsor, ang mga kabataan ay kumakayod day and night para po matapos ang kanilang mga degrees, matapos ang kanilang senior high school diplomas, with the expectation na sa dulo po ay makakuha po sila ng matiwasay na trabaho, na kaya pong makapagtaguyod ng mga pangailangan ng pamilya. Pero ang realidad po, Mr. Speaker, good sponsor, ay napakarami po sa mga kabataan ang nabibigo. Marami po sa kanila na underemploy, marami sa kanila ay napupwersa, pumunta sa ibang bansa, doon po maghanap ng quote-unquote greener pastures, but sacrificing yung ability to connect, to deepen relationships with their family, and more importantly, paano magsilbi ng direkta sa bayan, by being here and being part of the industries here. So, kung ito po kasi ang current practices and current trends na nakikita natin sa kung paano sila nai-employ sa gobyerno, hindi po nakikita kung paano na-accommodate to the greatest extent possible yung mataas na potential, as sabi nga ng mga senior high school students, ng kabataan. And so, sa amin, kailangan po ng review, hindi lang po ng paano po ini-implementa yung policy, but even the policy kung paano natin pinaghahanda ang kabataan sa pag-aaral na binibigay sa kanila, and paano natin pinapagsilbisyuhan sila sa bayan. Because as it stands, Madam Speaker, Mr. Speaker, good sponsor, the setup of education is obsessively going after international standards to make students job ready and having programs to accommodate these standards. Pero hindi po nakikita natin yung improvements na nagtatranslate sa quality of education, sa critical thinking, sa work capability of graduates amid the learning crisis. And we see this in data, not only sa functional literacy rates, but also sa paano po ba nakakakuha ng disenteng trabaho ang ating mga kabataan. So, we ask po, Mr. Speaker, good sponsor, if pakaya po bang i-consider ng CSC to properly and honestly evaluate the capacity of K-12 graduates for civil service. Is it possible for this to happen and for CSC to be able to submit a report not only to this representation, pero to the appropriate committees in Congress, given yung organizational objective na gusto nating erase yung quality ng civil servants? Mr. Speaker, good sponsor.
Yes, Mr. Speaker, dear colleague, and I confirm with this reality, and your observation is really valid, and we understand it. Dear colleague, we are aligned. I'm sure the Commission is aligned with your goal of providing the K-12 graduates the opportunities. And we acknowledge that there's a lot still to improve, and we will evaluate. We can evaluate the capacity of the graduates for civil service employment and put it under review, Mr. Speaker, dear colleague.
Mr. Speaker, good sponsor, this representation is heartened to hear that commitment. Pasensya na nagbibigay ako ng assignments na not only yung data ng employment rates ng K-12 graduates, but also isang honest feedback ng ano po yung capacity ng K-12 graduates for civil service. This representation is willing to hold a dialogue para po mapag-usapan natin yung data points na best ma-extract para po ma-submit sa EDCOM, sa Committee on Basic Education and Higher and Technical Vocational Education, para po sulit yung ating effort po, And while we're, yes po, any feedback to that, Mr. Speaker, good sponsor?
Yes, Mr. Speaker, dear colleague, the Commission is open to this specific, to the dialogue for this specific issue, and they will submit a report, comprehensive report pertaining to the concerns raised. Yeah, we thank you for raising this concern.
Well, I am here, Mr. Speaker, good sponsor. Gusto rin po natin magbigay platform sa campaign na aside from ensuring the employability of our of kabataan, of K-12 graduates, of SKs, no, nandito pa rin yung standing na matagal ng kampanya ng mga nasa civil service na, no, na taasan po yung pay, no, for first level government posts, as na-share po at na ipahayag na po ng ibang mga member ng mga minorya natin. And siguro ang last na line of question ko na lang po, Mr. Speaker, good sponsor, meron po bang mga programa, no, para ma-accommodate yung pagkakaroon ng civil service eligibility for those that have spent decades, no, a long time in government service, pero hindi po nakapasa or hindi pa po nakapag-take ng civil service examination. Hindi rin po biro yung napakaraming taon na nailaan nila sa government service, no? And as I understand, I have fellow colleagues in Congress that have passed bills na makapag-accommodate sana ng mga nandito na may expertise na in a particular line of work, no, or particular task, at kaya namang i-undertake yung higher calling ng isang promotion. Pero ito ay nahihinder because of civil service eligibility. May we ask, Mr. Speaker, good sponsor, kung meron po bang mga programa, mga inisyatiba para ma-accommodate yung gantong klaseng mga matagal nang nasa government service.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, dear colleague. Meron pong batas ukol dito na tinatawag na Rasul Law. And tayo po ay inform na nag-expire po ito, may sunset provision. So we need to revise this law and bring back this specific provision.
Okay. Mr. Speaker, good sponsor, masusuportahan po ba ng Civil Service Commission yung specific amendments at kailangang adjustments na kailangan gawin sa batas para po ma-strengthen yung mga gantong pipelines to be able to, further empower yung mga matagal nang nasa government service, gusto pang maglingkod sa bayan?
Yes, Mr. Speaker, dear colleague, will support necessary adjustments, improvements. And we have a civil service preferential rating na rin po. It was issued by the Commission, and this grants up to 10 points for those who receive at least a grade of at least 70. And especially based din po ito sa length of service and work performance, Mr. Speaker, dear colleague.
Yes po, we are aware of this career service eligibility preference rating na 10 years of aggregate service, to at least 2 very satisfactory performance ratings, but may above 70 rating in CSE. Sana po ay mas strengthen natin at makapag-conduct ng mga stakeholders dialogues tungkol sa kung paano ba yung situation on the ground, and ano yung mga adjustments na pwede nating magawa para po masagot yung kanilang mga panawagan. I no longer have any other further questions. Mr. Speaker, good sponsor, we look forward to further engagement with the Civil Service Commission in relation po sa mga binanggit natin, at sana po ay tuloy-tuloy ang ating gawain sa pag-unlad ng kapakanan ng kabataan at paglilingkod sa bayan. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, dear colleague, for your continued support and vigilance.